Hi, it's Venkard from a different day at a different podcast. So, welcome. Yesterday, I uploaded my very first podcast, and it was such a mess. Firstly, I learned how to use Adobe Audition, which I really don't think that Adobe is pronounced that way. Please just never mind. So, whatever, I learned how to use Audition to edit my voice record, which drove me crazy because I had no idea about how frustrating editing was. I had to listen to my own voice for almost 2 hours for a 15 minutes long voice record, and I was like, it's just so tiring to listen to yourself saying the same exact things over and over and over again. And, as you can imagine, I was already freaked out about this, by my first editing experience. And then I faced another struggle. I didn't know how to combine voice record with something visual, it was a problem. So my smart ass just Googled it. I uploaded a program and I made it, I combined those two and, it's a nice video. I have this little GIF. It's like a rainbow wave. It was cute. But I downloaded the video and then I uploaded it to YouTube, and YouTube was like, bro, this is not MP4. And I was like, bro, what's the difference? So apparently there is something called as MPEW, and that was my video's style. Not style, but I don't know the word. And it's not even about English, I'm just not that into computer stuff. Apparently I needed my video to be in MP4 form, so I kind of did that on the same exact app, and then I uploaded the video to YouTube again. And what do I see? There's this big advert of the program that I used. At this point, it was like 8 a.m. and I hadn't slept at all. And I was just working on this podcast video thing for 3 hours. And I was just like, you know what, just fuck it. I just gave up. Which is ironic because in my first podcast, I was talking about how you shouldn't give up and how you should do the work. But I couldn't. But I'm gonna be nice to myself. I'm a nice person to everyone. So I'm gonna be nice to myself for this one. But in my second podcast, in my second voice record, which is this one, I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna do better. My video thumbnail is gonna be better. And I already designed my thumbnail and I think it's cute. I hope you like that too. And I wrote down a couple of things for this podcast. Oh yeah, so today's topic is why every human being on this planet should keep a diary. It's like this moral obligation, It's just keep a diary. And now I'm just gonna talk about why it's great. Well, first of all, your memories will not fade away with time. Today I woke up and I remember the memory from 8th grade again. And then I realized I don't remember that memory so clearly as I remembered it 3 years ago, which is completely understandable. But this memory was one of the memories that I called a core memory. I didn't think I would be able to forget that experience even if I tried to, because that was my first trip that we stayed a couple of nights. It was like this long trip. It was for 3 days. And I know it sounds short when I say 3 days, but for a 13-year-old girl, it's a long time. It's like, it felt like a month. Okay, it didn't felt like a month, but it felt like a week. So after being frustrated and being tired from all of that podcasting errors, I woke up and I was like, dude, what happened to my memory? So today is kind of a sad day, and I don't want my listeners, you dear people, to have sad days. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna teach you how to avoid them. Of course, with keeping a diary. But thank God, I have never kept a diary before. But thank God, my mom reads my diaries. Well, you can be relaxed because I'm such a pro about this. I kept a diary since the first day I learned how to write, and I have a big brother. It's like the challenge. I'm like the ninja master of diary. So today, I'm gonna give you some of my secrets. A, never, ever pick a notebook or a diary that screams, hey, I'm a diary, by the way. Don't buy those those fluffy, flowery, pink, or any other weirdly light colors for your diary. I mean, if you're living alone, that's great. That's cool because those notebooks are so cool. But if you're living with your parents, if you're living with your family, like it's not gonna work. Someone's gonna read it because those notebooks screams. They are begging to be readden. They're like, please read me. I have such secrets inside of me. Jason asked me out, but then she kissed Ashley, and I know all of this because I'm such a diary. No, don't do that. It's like first grade mistake, okay? If you're older than elementary school, no. Secondly, how to know a notebook is the notebook? You can't. I know, it's an easy answer, but I'll explain. So, when you buy a notebook, everyone can have that notebook. It's not special, and it's not gonna make you feel special. When you buy a notebook, buy some silvery pen, some nice stickers, draw something, even though you draw like because that's what makes a diary is so special. It's gonna have something from you, from inside of you. And I believe we all need that. We all need to feel like something is just belong to us. It kind of makes us feel special. At least it makes me feel special. And I'm kind of a diary expert, so listen to me. Third rule, where to keep your diary. Look, if you hide your diary to some crazy place, like between your hoodies or under the bed, someone's gonna read it because it's so exciting to find something, find a notebook, especially a full notebook, at a place you wouldn't expect to find that kind of thing. So best place to hide your notebook is your library. Like honestly, your library. Especially if you're going to school, you're probably gonna have a lot of notebooks and just put it there. Just put it there. No one's gonna take it and read it. You know, no one cares about your school note, especially not your siblings or not your parents. Lastly, you need to figure out your writing style. When I was at high school or even in middle school, I was ashamed of my ability to write nice. I was feeling like I was being so dramatic and I was just writing my memories as if they were pieces from a book. And in the writing process, it felt cringe. I cringed at myself. So instead of using a proper language, I would write stupid sentences. If you want to write your memories in a realistic way, that's cool. If you want to write your memories as if you're staying at Hogwarts, that's cool too. Like, you do you. And don't be ashamed from your future self, because sometimes when I'm writing something down, I be like, I'm gonna read this 5 years later and I'm gonna cringe at myself. The thing you should get over is to cringe at yourself. This behavior ain't it. You shouldn't have that kind of mentality, that kind of behavior. Yesterday you made today you, and today you will make tomorrow you. And that's the case. That's the summary of everything. That's the summary of life. And when you stop this mentality, everything becomes easier, because right now, whatever I wrote to my diary, it doesn't matter. Like, I could write down the stupidest shit everyone has ever taught, but I know I'm not gonna cringe at myself in 5 years because I don't have that kind of mentality. Only rule in keeping a diary is you don't have a rule. You do you. With using the trick that I give you now. But in the end of the day, it's your diary. It's your life and it's your memories. And they are just too valuable to let them fade away. Because if you let them fade away, if you say that you're just too lazy to write them down in that day, you're gonna wake up one day and you're gonna